Hello everybody, I am King of the Canines, and today I am going to be walking you through my newly created Minecraft map, which is gonna be so fun. I am very tired. But today I'm going to be walking you through my Minecraft map, the JM Variety Map, or Jackal's Moon thing, as I made it for a YouTuber, and you don't really need to know YouTuber to play it, but it's just fun things here. So we're just going to go ahead and get right into it. I'm going to explain some things as we go and such, give you little tips and things like that. This isn't going to be a straight walkthrough. I'll give you like little clues or such, so you can still try to do it on your own without me giving you the straight answer. I eventually will, but yeah. So first of all, this little painting here is a sign that the resource pack is working. Depending on how I actually set it up, I have it set up fully. I've got two resource packs here, both are, that. One's for painting textures, which just is an example of it. The other one is for sound, and sound is quite important to have, so I highly encourage you to get that when it's up and ready to go. But yeah, so this is a sign that the pack is working, or at least one of them. But we're just going to go ahead and get right into it. I need to set myself into adventure mode. And yeah, here we go. Alright, so it's gonna go ahead and play the Checklist Routine theme song. That stops it. I'm just gonna do that for my own sanity. We got some rules and things to know. Don't cheat, don't try to destroy the map. This is just on the resource packs and the music. This one in 5 it's for single player, not multiplayer. It could work multiplayer, though it's highly encouraged not to do it. Every time I went through the playtests, so there were some glitches because multiple people, but it's whatever. There are going to be a few things probably which are a little bit different for me, just because there are some things in the map which are designed not to affect me as I would be in the world with some of the playtesters and such. But this is how the lobby is set up. So you have 2 floors and there are 8 sections. Each section has 3 different levels. There is some Jackal's Moon thing stuff around, but that doesn't really matter. The way to unlock the 2nd floor is to complete all the levels on the bottom floor. And the 4 sections we have down here is Escape, Dropper, Maze, and Parkour. So I'm just going to go ahead and run through these. Some of them are not like a tutorial or whatever, like it's like parkour. There's not really a straight way for me to show you how to do it or whatever. Like there's no answer, so I guess I'm just gonna be, this is to show that it's possible, but we're gonna go ahead and start with parkour because I hate parkour. So this is the easy level, pretty straightforward. You have the standard normal path, I guess, which is just this. I'm really bad at parkour too, so this does not help any of this. But yeah, so you could do that, or if you want to kind of make it faster, you can just sprint jump over here. And then, yeah, I missed that. Play this map, you don't, oh gosh. And I can't jump. I mean, I'm really bad at commentating, so I can't believe myself right now. So if you, I didn't private it on purpose, and so that's all over. Sweet. Alright, so there's level 1 of parkour done. So as you can see, when you complete one, the particles will change and can't go back into it, and then the next difficulty will come up. But yeah, let's go ahead and do medium. So medium is a simple climb the tower type thing. There are some checkpoints here. In this level particularly, I don't think are going to affect me because they are designed not to affect me. So we're just gonna... yeah. This level has probably given the most difficulty to all the playtesters, which is great. It's just a climb the tower type thing. There are 6 layers, Each one has their own theme. You got your her and then the CIS. So yeah, I think that's the defense on the game. Probably last this inside. Okay, this is probably 20 years on phone, but also it's not the part of the first. So here we are. There we go. Got a little headbang. Seriously, one shot, and now I can't do anything. That's weird. Anyway, alright. So here we are, and this is the courts, which is probably the easiest. And you gotta make this. Do not jump from here. You can't make that, but jump from here. Right? Alright, so there is a checkpoint right here when you make it. It's set up behind this, so I'm not gonna mess with that right now, but there's a checkpoint right here when you land on this block, so that's fun. And if you fall, well, that sucks. But you can kill yourself if you fall from there, and you'll just come right back up there instead of having to do this. It's just splendid. There we go. Alright. This level also, out of all of them, has been nerfed the most. So here you can try and jump over a ladder, but also if you're paying attention, you can just land on here. Alright, now by here this is the second checkpoint. But then this is probably one of the tamer sections. Now this, you have a little headbanger here and you gotta go up a block. What I like to do is stand on the edge, then just... What I like to do is stand on the edge here, and then just... control sprints for me, so I just hold control and then W space very quickly, and so it's already sprinting and I can just get up there. Very, very simple. Now here you have two paths. You can either do the same thing that you did right there up here, or you could jump, jump, and jump across here. But then you have another headbanger that you have to get up. Like, anytime it's actually matters, I can't do it. Okay, anyway, you get up here, you have a little hop, and you got a little thing here, and there you go. Parkour level 2 done. Beautiful. Alright, now parkour hard. This map level is completely ice, so that's really fun with some lava. Just gonna go ahead and get right into it. I like to take these first 3 simple, and then when I get here, you have to have momentum to be able to make it. So just sprint down all the way, and hold shift when I get to it so I don't fall off. Then you jump across over here, and then up under these. So this is just, you know, what we're doing before with headbangers, and then this is the same thing, except on ice. So you want to make sure, if you're doing my strategy, to wait until you're done moving before doing this. But then you got this, and there you go. So there is a checkpoint right here, and there's a checkpoint. Woo! Yeah. So there is a checkpoint right here, which activates. I'll probably activate these ones because it'd be really annoying to have to do them again. But this part is simply, you gotta time it, and you have to time it very, very well, otherwise you will mess it up. You'll either jump too early, miss, or there's so many things that can go wrong. You have to jump at the right time when this is right coming out and land on the far edge of it. So it's really fun. Alright, so we're gonna keep track of my deaths too. See if you can beat the map creator's death count. Nope. Nope. There we go, land on the slime block, and boop. Oh my goodness, that's so crazy. Here's your checkpoint 2. Lovely, lovely. So this is just a copy of the words. It's not really that matter that much if you change the commands, but yeah, checkpoint 2 is right here. So this is just how I originally did this. Is I just jumped from one block to the other, one at a time, gave myself plenty of time, and it worked. But a lot of the playtesters like to try and speedrun it, so like that, where you can basically sprint the whole way up, but you have to press S a couple times to back yourself up so you don't have too much momentum. But then you hop on over here, and I'm not going to be able to activate it right now, but there is also a checkpoint here. Alright, checkpoint 3, great. Alright, so yeah, and if you're a little concerned about me going in between creative and adventure or all that, it's just because I'm adjusting some commands to work for me, because they're designed not to work for me. But yeah, it's not that the map isn't working or whatever, it's just because I was trying to save it for me. Okay. So yeah, if you die there, you'll go ahead and spawn on this little platform and you can just hop right back into it. That's not going to help my death count. Alright, so the goal here is jump on the slime block on that and hit that button. Pretty sure you will not. 6. That was too early. There we go. Oop. And I missed the button. And the medium until because it had more checkpoints. There we go, so it opens up a little platform, which I won't fall in there, but you press that, there you go. So Parkour level 3 complete. It's wonderful, all of this. You can't go into any of these levels again, but that section is done. So now we have escape, dropper, and maze. I'm going to go ahead and do maze. Alright, so here's the easy maze. There's a cow, apparently. So, I mean, I don't really know how to give you tips exactly for this one, but, I mean, go... I don't know how a cow got there, I legitimately do not. But you go down here, and then around here, oop, please, easy peasy. Level 2, alright, I can give you some tips for this, so you're just gonna be going around here. And if you don't realize too quickly, this is indeed a spiral. It is really fun. One of my map testers thought I somehow created an infinite loop. Took him a bit to realize it was just a spiral. But here you are presented with a button. Now this button, when pressed, will present you with a message. And yeah, I'll just go ahead and press it to show you the message. I'm not going to follow it though yet. So there's a sound activated and it says a door has opened somewhere. So somewhere along the lines of where you have just gone, a door has opened. Now, if you don't figure this out immediately, drink break, a message will pop up saying a door is closing somewhere. The door has not closed at this point, but is closing very shortly. That's what this means. So the door probably has already closed. And if you come back here to press the button again, you might now be like, okay, I gotta hurry. So this is simply the door is all the way back at where you started in this level. So you just gotta... Now I've seen people just sprint like this. I sprint jump, that gives me a second or two extra than just sprinting. When you just sprint, it basically is timed perfectly. But I'm gonna go ahead and sprint jump because that's what I like to do. So the door's opening somewhere. I just hold sprint in space and I get around these corners. Should be the last stretch, and then the door should be, yep, there it is. And the door's closing, and then there it goes. Alright, so at this point you're presented with the actual maze part of it. You have a lot of paths to take. I'll go ahead and say that this maze is set up to have torches around it like a pyramid. And torches aren't everywhere. There are dark areas. Now, just like the easy maze, it is designed that you find a button, and that's how you escape from the maze. So I'll go ahead and let you try to think about... Ooh. I'd let you try and think about that, and then I accidentally exited out of Minecraft. Your next hint is that there's a bit of a hint in the level, which is a soul torch. There are torches around, but there's one torch which is slightly different, and that is, in fact, a soul torch. You should try checking around there. Your next hint is that the button is, in fact, on the ceiling. And your fifth hint is I'm gonna go find it. So, I'm just gonna go down this way. And a bit of a darker area, but here is your soul torch. So you got some stuff here, all that. Button is in fact right here. And that's maze level 2. Woohoo! Now for the hard one. This has caused some annoyance to people. I got told by almost all of the playtesters that they hated me when they spawned in here, so this is great. I've been told that many times that I am also very mean, which is great. The hint here is that where you need to go is to the west corridor. Yes, this is the west corridor. So a lot of things I saw is that people really skip one corridor here, or tunnel, and that is this one, because they think it's just a dead end. But if you go down here, turn the corner, there's a ladder onto the next floor. Now, if you can already see it, there's something a little off here. This is because this one is designed instead of a ladder, it's some vines, and yes, it's a multi-floor maze. So to do this, you simply just go this direction and go around. It's very simple. Presented with this mess. And up here onto the 3rd floor. So we're back here. This is the entrance to the 3rd floor. If you just go around here on the edge, hit this corner, turn here, go down here, you'll be presented with a ladder on the back of this wall. And this is where you get into the final floor, which you don't know is the final floor, but it's the final floor. Now, about this is if you do die, you have a spawn point set up here, which I don't have set up, I don't think, because it's designed not to work on me. But so if you die, you just spawn back over here. So this is still mazy, but there's actually only one path you can take to get to the button, which, funnily enough, I'll share later, there is a shortcut to it. But we're just going to go ahead and follow this. I meant to go the other way, sorry. Alright, we're going to follow this. So, it's a very straight path here. Now, if you do step into lava, the fire will be annoying, but because you have saturation, you should not be able to die to just the fire. The only way you can die is by staying in the lava. So you just get down all the way to the end there, go. This is the wrong way. So you then take this side here, come over here, attack these corners, and we'll just loop around kind of. And then, yeah, okay, I was right. Go down here a bit. Follow up over to this wall. Come over here, you just go forward to here. Boop, 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 and there's your button. Now, the little fun fact is, I'm gonna go to creative mode just to show you this. Right beside this wall here is, in fact, the entrance. So if you really were angry at this maze, you could try to jump through here and hit the button right there. Which one playtester discovered this, and it does, in fact, work, surprisingly. But there's maze level 3 complete. So 2 sections have been passed now. We're going to go ahead and do dropper. Here is your first one. Now the water is right down there under that cloud, as you can see. There have been multiple ways to do this. Some people have actually gone backwards, which is interesting. This is probably the hardest way to do it. I like to just go down here. And there you go. Dropper 1 complete. Let's go ahead and do dropper 2. Now this one's a bit of a funny one. There's a little bit of a tip I will show you afterward, but I have had many different strategies to actually completing this. Mine is I like to jump to the far side, some have fallen right down through here. And then there's a little bit of a cheating strategy as well, but we're not going to go right into that right now. I'll just go ahead and do mine. I'll actually fall back here, and there we go. So the fun thing about this level is the water location will change depending on where you fall. So there are 3 different layers, but as you can see, depending on what side of the dropper you're actually on and such. Yeah, I just need to find the actual. That one only has 3, that's weird. Oh my gosh, where is the water? Okay, the point is, yeah, the water location changes depending on where you fall. I like to go here because generally, consistently, it will choose the one which lands right here. Since I was falling a little shallower, it chose the one which was here, which still works. There's also one that does it about right here, but another cheeky thing is you can, if you really want to cheat about it, you can in fact land on the top layer of the thing without dying, and then your saturation will heal you up. So you can basically go to the bottom of all the obstacles and try to land in the water from there. Well, let's go ahead and move on to our hard level, which is a kind of sporadic, crazy one. This one is completely piston based, so the walls are constantly changing and such. This one also has gotten nerfed heavily because it was just too hard to actually complete. Now, there are a few different strategies you can actually take to this. As you can see, there is one source of water consistently down there at the bottom. So on over here, this corner right up down here has the least amount of obstacles to actually get through, and that opposite corner has the most consistent water source. So it's kind of just depending on what you want to do, but you have to be able to time this. So let me actually try and look at it. And there we go. You kind of can get pushed around easily by it, but if you manage to get through that without falling on any of the blocks, you're good to go. And there's the button. Alright, so that has been dropper. Let's go into our last floor 1 section, and that is escape. This I will be trying to actually give you hints towards instead of me just giving you the answer. So the first escape level is a 3-floor small level, which this is the 2nd floor. And then you have the basement. The basement is where most of the magic happens. You have these 2 chests which have arrows in them, and should be trying to take the arrow, you cannot, which signifies the arrow actually means something. Now you also have these item frames. How this works is it's a combination lock with the item frames, so you have to put the arrows in certain positions to activate the exit to escape. Sorry. Burping. Alright. So here are your generic positionings. So each arrow is technically in position 1, and your goal is to try and figure out where they go. So if you flip them, you hear a piston, and you can move that around, get back to the original spot piston plays again. Same thing here. Now, it's important to note, your first little hint and clue type thing is, well, first of all, the arrow locations in the chest matter, but piston sounds do not entirely matter in this. You don't necessarily want to hear the piston sounds. Basically how this works is you have, when you go 1 too far, the piston will sound, and then it resets when you get back to there. But if you go 1 too far from where you need to be, the piston will, in fact, play, which is not wanted. Your next thing is going to be, this is in the 3rd slot, so this is basically just the answer, but you go 1, 2, 3, and as in the piston sounds, if you hit it again, piston plays. 1, 2, 3. That's the position you want this one in. This is in the 5th slot, so you're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which just for this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You hear the piston sound. This one's a little different. And it resets. So you have them both in 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Okay. Is the answer right here. That is it. So you press this, and there's your first escape level. Let's go on to medium. So medium is a bit of a longer one, and there are some things you need to keep in mind when doing this, because you can break this level semi-easily if you are not paying attention. So this left turn will go ahead and tell you all you need to do. So we have, in order to open the northern gates, which are these, all lava channels must be open. To open the lava channels, complete the following tasks. Now, each room is labeled by cardinal direction, but if you're like, oh, I don't know what that means, besides it being pretty obvious from what this is saying, you can use F3 to look, so north, east, south, west. Pretty simple. Or just the fact that these seem like gates north, and then you can figure it out from there. Let's go ahead and do this in order. So south room, a new anvil is needed. Please use the resources and storage to create a new one and place on the cracked stone bricks. So if we go ahead over here, this is the south room. This is the little anvil room you need it. There are the cracked stone bricks, and here's storage. So storage has a lot of different things in it that we will get to in a second. I'll be going to read the other ones. The west room, a damaged sword needs to be repaired and upgraded. The sword needs to be enchanted with sharpness 1. And this is just a little bit of a code we'll get to in a second. But that is this room. There's a grindstone for disenchanting. Disenchanting? I don't know which one it is. And then enchanting itself. So we go into storage, and we can look through all of these chests, and this will give us the necessary resources we need. Now I am a level 53, so XP is a little bit different for me right now. But there are all bottles of enchanting in here, as well as iron. Ignore my creative inventory. You know what, I can probably just like... Yeah, no, it doesn't matter. So you can go through here, and I'm just gonna... There we go. And I don't need that since it's a copy world. So you can go ahead and grab all the resources you need out of there. There's some log, more some enchanting. And this could take you a second to get through, but it is generally worth it. Now, an important little note got brought up about, there's some lapis for enchanting, from one of the playtesters, that what if you do something wrong by accident? So you have all of this iron. What if you like create an iron chest plate just because or whatever? Well, that is okay if you do choose to do that. The iron sword, by the way, is right back in this corner. It's okay if you choose to do that. You will probably need to get the iron back, which if you die by like killing yourself in the lava here, it will be okay. All the resources will be replaced, and you don't have to worry about that. Or enchanting, it's technically possible for you to go through all of the enchanting, all the levels you get from the bottles of enchanting, and not get sharpness. Just kill yourself again, and all the resources will come back. But let's go ahead and do this correctly. So we need to create a new anvil for this room. So we have 1 iron block already. We're going to need to create 2 more iron blocks. These will go across here, and then if you know how to make an anvil, that's easy. Now it's important to note that when creating the anvil, you need to not have anything in your first slot, because when you make the anvil, it gets replaced with an anvil which can actually be used for this level since you're playing in adventure mode. If you have your sword in the first slot, you're gonna have a bad day. I mean, I just duplicated it. See, that's not... we don't want that. But that just means your sword is going to disappear forever unless if you kill yourself, so you don't want to do that. Well, we'll go ahead and take this anvil over here. It can be placed on cracked stone bricks. And there you go, the lava channel has opened, which is spectacular. Now we'll go ahead and do some enchanting here. So I'm just gonna... Alright, so now that we've all enchanted up, because I needed those levels, so we can go to the enchanting table and take this sword. Now, actually, what order you want to do it, you need to enchant and repair. I actually go ahead and repair. To repair the iron sword, you just need to go to the anvil you just made, the iron sword in it, and then add some ingots. And there you go. The entire iron sword again. Wonderful. Now you go to here, you have extra iron ingots too, so don't worry if you have some. But I'll put this in here, shove the lapis, and here we go, sharpness. So we take this, and there we go. Lava channel has opened because we have the sharpness on it. Now, if you do, by the way, encounter an issue where for some reason you enchanted this and repaired it and the channel didn't open, just go ahead and kill yourself, or no, don't kill yourself, disenchant it, de-enchant it, disenchant it, and try again. I don't think that's an actual issue. I think it did kind of occur with some playtesters, but I think they forgot to repair it. So, yeah. There you go. And finally, we're going to have the west room. Nope, east room, which has X/X/. So, in this room, it's a simple combination lock. Now, there are two different things you can maybe get from this if you actually thought about it, which is X/X/, maybe slash. That's wrong. It's XX. There's your lava channel. And now the gates have opened, which is wonderful. You just walk into them. Bada bing, bada boom. Now all your items will get cleared normally. It just doesn't work on me. How did I remove 71 items? Oh wait, I'm an idiot. Okay. So we'll go into the hard level. Now this level is very dark. I highly suggest you turn your brightness up to bright, which as you can see, I'm already on. But this is a cave level. So I had some complaints about, oh, everything's so dark. Well, that's kind of the point. You're not supposed to have light in a cave. But this, you have 4 different rooms that you need to go through to be able to escape this. There's also those crevice down here, so we'll go down here. Now, first clue for this is there is a button down here that you need to find. And after you've given up, you can come back here for a second, and I'm going to go and show you where the button is. So you come up here, hit up onto this ledge, and then come here. There's a button straight in the middle of this block. If you're listening closely, you can hear a piston. Now, where this piston is, you get to find out. So if you press it, and come right out, boop, it reveals the chest, and there's your first lever. Now, something important to note is that you could just go around here spamming trying to get it to work. You can also always look at it and beat block of iron. Sweet. There you go. For some reason, some of the playtesters couldn't quite get it. So here you have your next level, which is a bit of a open lava type. I'm going to go ahead and clear it out. You don't need to fall down to the ground on any of these slower levels. Alright, that will get you stuck and you'll have to kill yourself to restart. But you could follow these paths, which have a little bit of parkour, and you'll find a chest. Oh, the chest is locked. Okay, well that means I need to find something to open the chest with. You may look around and you're like, oh, there's a chest over there, I'll go here. And if you're like, oh, there's more than one chest, this probably means I'm going to need to open a series of things. Which if you don't figure that out, it's just so you know, you don't need to find another button. But, oh, key 1, alright. This is also another thing, a lot of people jumped here, you can just walk off it. If you jump, you'll most likely fall into here and die and have to go get this key again. I jumped, I didn't need to jump. If you do, in fact, die, the keys do replace themselves, so don't worry about dying with a key. So, if you'd already tried this chest, you'd be like, okay, well, let's see if this key works over here. Which it does, so you have key 2. Okay. That probably means I need to go find another chest. Now there's one area that I have not gone to, and this is this massive area over here, which if you can already see it, there is a chest in my field of mission. We'll go ahead and head over here. This is the one area which is recoverable. If you fall, you can get up around here. But so there's this massive little cave area. There's no button, so don't worry about that. There's one way to get up, and that's over here. If you get up on this edge, you can get over here and head around there. There's your lever. Now sit back down and go to the next level. This is the Emerald key. Now, just for the sake of it, because I don't clear my inventory when I leave, I'll throw those down. I don't need them anymore. So here we go. This level is a bit of a... whatchamacallit? I'm a Minecraft expert. Lush Caves. So it's a bit of a Lush Caves failure. As in I kind of just slapped it together and then threw a geode onto the end of it over here. Not an actual geode clearly, but here it is. So this one is, my first hint to you is, it involves a drip leaf. After you've already done that, and if you haven't figured it out, you may come over here and you may be like, there seems to be a hole right there. You stand on a drip leaf. Well, here, how do I get here? If you wait long enough, the drip leaf will pop back up, and you'll crawl, which is what you want. So you crawl through here into this space. There is another hole right there, which is where you can leave through this dark area. If you look very closely, or just spamming, there is a barrel right here, which has your next lever. Which then you can crawl out of this space and go on to your next area. This is the block of diamond. Block of diamond, there we go. And this area is much simpler than the past ones. This is simply swimming. So we've got a few different directions you can go here. You can come down here and go left. Lead you up into here, and if you might pay attention, you'll be like, oh, this is here. I can do parkour because I'm good at Minecraft. It's very dark, but if you're pressing randomly, there's a button. Now, if you come back down here and go right, there's another area right here that you can try and jump around. There you go. And here is your final lever. You can just swim out, and as a note, as long as you have saturation, you cannot drown. So, you don't need to worry too much about that. And here's our final lever. You put here, walk through the store, and you leave. And just as a little bit of a note, that button did absolutely nothing down there. Anyway. There we go. Floor 1 completed. Dome has been unlocked. Now there's this really weird thing. I know. I don't know what happens, honestly. Like, just because it bothers me, I'm gonna... So, the commands to actually create this whole thing are set up so this spot becomes stairs. But for some reason, it won't fix it, so it actually puts the stairs there. And it's really weird, but it is what it is. So, you complete all the levels on floor 1. As you can see, and you unlock the dome, which is the last 4 sections, which this is combat, trivia, find a button, and puzzle. We're going to do puzzle first, as it's puzzle, and then we will continue. Yeah, so puzzle. Here is your easy level. You're presented with some levers and a lectern, which has some stuff in it. Now this is going to be like a combination lock. You've got 1 down here, 9 here, so these are digits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you're presented with a bunch of different pages here, which if you don't figure it out quickly, it's math. You're doing math. It's great. So I'm going to go pull the calculator out so I can walk you through this. But this is very simple to do. You can use a calculator. It's not like I'm going to hurt anybody for calculating anything. Let's go and start. Forge Keeper Little Daddy worked tirelessly to outfit the bearded army. A little nod to Jackal's movement. He forged 375 battle axes, each earning him 48 coins. So we'll take 375 times 48, and that's going to equal 18,000. He also repaired 120 shields, each for 35, so plus 120 times 35 is 22,200. From these tasks, he earned a bonus of 2,500 coins for speed and quality. So I added 2,500. What did I just do? I pressed something very wrong. Plus 2,500. There we go. 24,700. There we go. However, he was fined 900 coins after a noble slipped on an improperly placed anvil. How does that happen? I don't know. Minus 900. 23,800. Little Daddy then donated 10% of his total earnings after the fine for its Brotherhood Fund. So 10% of 23,800 is 2380. $2,380. So you minus that off of this. 2380. That gives you 21,420. After that, all that, he found 2,037 coins in the forgotten chest under his workshop floor. At that, 2,037. That gives you 23,457. How much gold did he end up with? So these are digits, so you have our answers. 23,457. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Puzzle 1 complete. There we go. Pretty simple. Now, how I'm going to walk you through this, this is going to be fun, because let's see if I understand it fully. As when you're presented with 4 blocks, you have a little thing here, you have that going on, and your lectern, which has 14 pages. You also have behind you a chest with some heads and a button. This is a logic puzzle. Which, if you know what a logic puzzle is, it's like those things where it's like, oh, you get some clues, and it's like, this person did this, that person did that. Which ones do these people belong to, or whatever? So in order to solve this puzzle, you must place the correct head on the correct block. There are 13 clues, but 2 are false. To determine which are false, you must get a nugget of truth to reveal a false clue. If you didn't notice that the heads were behind you, this is how you get a nugget of truth. You get across that, you get one, throw it in here, and it will give you 2 of them that are false. You have a 50% chance of getting either of them. Now, this is to note, hold is used a lot. This just means that head is placed on that block. That's what hold means. And I'll show you these nuggets of truth. So there are different ways to do this. If you stand in between the blocks, you can't fall ever. But you can also try and to just walk if you pace yourself. So let's see here. So you can kind of follow the block under you. There you go, nugget of truth. So we take the nugget of truth, throw it in the barrel, and this will pop out a clue. Clue 2 is false. Diamond is not held by anyone that fears sunlight. So that means diamond is held by someone that fears sunlight, so either skeleton or zombie. Now if I do this again, throw this in here. Let's hope I get the next one. I do. Clue 12 is false. So clue 12 is when the skeleton holds a rare item in the skeleton. The skeleton holds something rarer than the wither skeleton. Let's go ahead and take these heads out. And I will go ahead and expose the truth. So I'll go ahead and say the creeper holds nothing. Alright. Player, in fact, holds coal. The zombie, in fact, holds emerald. Skeleton holds diamond. Wither skeleton holds gold. And there you go. Level 2 complete. Now, before I go into level 3, I'm going to go get a drink. So, snack break. Okay. Snack break is over. Let's check my death count. I should have just typed it in. Alright. 12 deaths, that's not bad. Let's do trivia next. So trivia is the biggest nod to Jack Moonfang as a creator. He has a character named Deathwing who is very prominent in this section. You don't need to know who he is, though, to be able to do this, so that's good. Let's go ahead and start. There we go. Wiggle if it doesn't work. Hello, everybody, and welcome to my game show. I'm your host, Deathwing, and no, this is not the Wheel of Misfortune, but it will be unfortunate for these 4 lucky contestants. Let's introduce them. First up, all the way from the grave, we've got Terry the Trembling Skeleton. Next, we have from the Dastardly Swamps, Pogo the Bogus Frog. Thirdly, Dan. Lastly and leastly, we have King of the Canines. Yay. Let's just get right into our trivia show. Let's start with King of the Canines. Alright, King of the Canines, what are the first digits of pi? So you'll be presented with all of these answers. Of course, there are some barriers here, which are just necessary for the mobs, but you can ignore that. So trivia is presented in game show format, which is why all of this is a thing. So yeah, what are the first digits of pi? You have 1, 5, 7, and 3.14. You go ahead and try and answer. The answer is, in fact, 3.14. That's correct. On to the next question. If you place 2 sticks with 3 iron ingots on top in a T shape in a crafting table, what would you make? A little bit of a convoluted manner of saying, but you can go ahead and answer. Yeah, pickaxe, iron pickaxe, and iron axe. Correct answer is iron pickaxe. Woohoo, you're on a roll now. Last question for round 1. What is Dan's name? Plucky Ditzberg, Daniel, who's Dan, or Dan? Go ahead and answer. Is in fact Dan. That's correct. Alright, next up is going to be Dan. There you go. Level 1 complete. Very easy. Next up, level 2. After results of round 1, Dan was voted least popular by the fans. You know what that means, folks. Dan has been eliminated from the competition. See ya, Dan. Thanks for playing. Alrighty, round 2, and the questions are getting harder. Dan Canines, you're up again. Let's test your geography skills. What is the 5th largest continent? 5th largest. Very, very specific. Okay, so you got Africa, Europe, South America, and Antarctica. Go ahead and answer. Correct answer is Antarctica. Amazing, you got it. Alrighty, next question. Which block can be pushed by a piston? Lodestone, anvil, note block, or blast furnace? Now it's important. Can be pushed by a piston. Go ahead and answer. It's note block. Correct. Who knew so many things couldn't be pushed by pistons? On to your last question for the round. Which of these mobs are immune to fall damage? This one's probably slipped people up the most. Fox, Slime, Iron Golem, or Enderman? Iron Golem is the answer. That is correct. Congrats, King of the Canines. You're moving on to the final round, but we gotta get on to Pogo the Bogus Frog. Final one. This is gonna be good. I'll do some explaining of this afterward as well. So, there's a lot of blood over there. Sorry about that. Who knew a skeleton could bleed so much? Anyway, now that I've cleaned myself off, it's time to start the final round. Who could have guessed that King of the Canines would have made it this far? Crazy how that happens. Anyway, King of the Canines, would you like to say anything? I feel bad for Terry. He probably lost this question. It's pretty bad, yeah. I completely forgot that was happening. So I wasn't looking, but he just fell and broke and everything just died. So you have error, determine unique. So your goal for this is to determine which one does not fit. So the first one is Dwight Eisenhower, Donald Trump, Theodore Roosevelt, Gerald Ford. If you don't know your US presidents, I'm sorry. We'll go ahead and answer. The correct answer is Theodore Roosevelt. And this is because the question being asked is which one does not have a middle name? Theodore Roosevelt does not. The next one is going to be Mycelium, Grassblock, Podzol, and Dirt Path. All 3 of these are going to be which one does not belong. So you go ahead and answer. Now there are many reasons as to why this one is correct. There is one particular question I had in mind when making this. The correct answer is Dirt Path. And this is because Dirt Path is the one block here that did not have any properties. And your last one is Diamond Helmet, Golden Helmet, Chainmail Helmet, or Netherite Helmet. This also has a few different questions that could be asked. The correct answer is Netherite Helmet, as it is the only helmet that as an item has the little dangly nose guard thing in the middle of it. Now, if you answer Chainmail, it's probably because you thought, oh, it can't be crafted. Not the question being asked, but there you go. Let's do some... I forgot to do the last puzzle, that's kind of funny. Let's do the last puzzle one here. Your job here is to simply make a man happy, so you're presented with a very simple looking room. You got this, you got some flowers if you want, and a stick. Chest in here, not necessary, but everything. Take off all of that. So you can also see there's a man up there, there's some stuff over here. This thing closed for maintenance. And yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on here. So you can come up here, and this is where you really get told what you're doing. Walk up to him. There you go. It's been so long since I've seen the flowers bloom. So long since I've seen a grand tree. So long since I've seen someone else. What's your name? King of the Canines, eh? I'm not going to be around much longer. You think you could tend to this place a while? I want to see it bloom one last time before I pass. I want the rest of the poppies. Well, you do have a stick, so what are you doing with a stick? Well, if you keep on exploring, you can find some things. So you can see all this stuff. Yeah. So there is a quick way of finding out what you need to be looking for here. If you go up here, just pop on, you can actually get on this fence. You can wander over to this side and get on top of this. This is technically a bank. But if you look, you can see, oh, there's a barrel over there. Come down here, and in fact, slightly different. You open this up, you get some cobblestone. What do you do with a stick and cobblestone? Well, you can make a lever with it. Making a lever with it, you get, oh, it can be placed on a block of iron. Here you go. Now you can come in here, step on this. Don't press that button. You can turn around, believe it or not. It's amazing how hard it is to do that. And you're like, oh, what's this? This looks dead. Oh, what's this? Here lies Wilson frat boy. Died from a nondescript accident. This is a time traveling level. Credit for this level idea goes to Rokuxter. If you try and get in here, you can't access that, but you can reach for this chest. At this chest, and there's a sapling in here, which can't be placed on rooted dirt. So if you go back to the past, and in here, you'll notice it's an area for rooted dirt. You take this sapling, slap it under there, and then if you go back to the future, a tree has grown. Isn't that cool? So now, using this tree, so if you go back to the tree, you can now get on it, get over here, and see this lever. Click. Boom. You've just opened the bank. Wonderful. So you can come in here and flick this lever and open up the vault. You got two chests in here. One is locked, and one has the time travel book. Now, this is something I should probably put into the rules, but you do need to have commands on so you can actually use these books. This book is essential for being able to complete this level. So the time travel book has two things here, which I might also adjust this. That'd be more obvious if I need to. But you can actually click on these. So to have future, you're already in it, so it doesn't matter. But if you hit the past, you are now in the past. Isn't that pretty cool? Now you actually can't get in here, but if you're a smart fucking man, or person, woman, whatever, you come into the building in the past, go to the future, and bada bing, bada boom. Look at that. You can access this chest and get the Wilson frat boy's lockbox key. Which then you need to go to the past to get out of here. Go to the future. You can go back into here, take the key, open it, and there you got some poppies which can be placed on mycelium. But you take these poppies, hit them there, and there you go. Puzzle 3 has been clear. Beautiful. Alright. We have completed 2 more. We have combat and find the button. We'll do find the button. So here's your first level. Very simple. Just gonna run up here and follow this hole. There you go. Alright. Probably the easiest of all the levels. I do find the button. This one is a little different, so you're presented to be in here. Yeah, you can come out. Very, very simple. Very simple. Alright, so if you can't figure this out, let me go ahead and give you one little hint. Have you tried checking your inventory? Alright, if you have not tried checking your inventory, if you did and you still don't know, you open it up. There's a button on your head which says press me twice. You take this button, which also says it can be placed in dark oak planks. slap it there, and press it twice, and there you go. Why you need to press it twice, I have no clue, but before we do that, I'm gonna go ahead and do this combat level because it's boring. And simple, there's a box that says enter stick. I'll just go ahead and kill him, potato. And you get a stick with knockback 1 on it if you for some reason want it, but you put the stick in here, level 1 completes. We'll go ahead and head up to level 2 here. This is just showing you that this stuff is possible. Yes, a very dark room. That's I originally wanted to be brighter, but due to the nature of things, you can't do that. So you need to put a golden axe in here. Now this one's different. You aren't presented with anything, but you can find these barrels around, which give you things to work with. So if you can't tell from here, there's a little light going on there, and that is showing you, if you can't see it, there is in fact a button up there that you might need to press. What does that button do? That's a good question. In order to get up to this button, you just need to do some stuff. I'll hop in here, hop from this to hop from this to that. But the point is, you hit this button, a new item in office spawns. You can see there's a chonker over there, and he has a golden axe. That's what you need to kill. Also, if you press that button, bada bing, bada boom, there's a new weapon in this barrel. Now, a good strategy I have for you is to come down over here. There are no spawners in this area, so you are not going to be able to get overrun with them constantly spawning or anything. You just need to and there's your golden axe. Shove it in here. And there you go. La-di-da. So go to the last find the button, and then we'll do the combat, which is icing on the cake. I spent the most time on the combat. Hard level by far. Go ahead and find the button. So here's to find the button though. This one's set up very differently. 4 different rooms, and you're on top of here and such. Now I'll go ahead and give you a lot of different things. So you can go ahead and start exploring the rooms, and I'm going to tell you a little bit of a clue and hint about each of the rooms. But I don't want to say it yet. I want you to go ahead and explore, and once you feel lost or whatever, I'll go ahead and say something. So the key thing about this level is that each room has a button in it. Each room does. All 4 of these buttons will give a clue as to where the real button is. Now, when I say each room has a button, that does not mean the real button is not in one of the rooms. It just means each room has a button which gives a clue towards where the real button is. So let me go ahead and go through each of the rooms to show you where those buttons are. But you go ahead and look for them first. We'll start with the stone room, or cave type room. So this has a bunch of different ores and such, diamond, emerald. The button is simply on the back over here on blackstone. You click that. Polished blackstone button. Not that easy. I may not be the real button, but I can say the real button is a stone button. Very, very interesting. Okay, so it could be on stone, could be not. Could not be. Yeah. Now, if you're looking at the wood, you might see, oh, there's a button right there. I want to press that. Can't reach it from here, but you come into here and you're like, oh, this is awful. You can come up here, and the way this level works, or this room works, is you have a lot of different tunnels to choose from, which all lead to different areas. But the key thing is you don't need to make that jump specifically. That one to there might be the easiest, but once you get here, you can come on up here and follow this over here. And this isn't going to do much good for you. But if you notice, there is a hole in the ceiling. After following this tunnel, you do actually find here's the hole. There you go. Now you're here. What are you going to do? You go onto this block. And from this block, just crouch. There you go. Spruce button. I'm not the real button. The real button isn't in any of the 4 rooms. Well, there you go. So you can go looking for the button, or you can be like, okay, I would go to the other rooms to try and find more hints. So if you go into the sandstone room or pyramid room, whatever you want, you can jump from here to here, here to here, and that is very weird. But there we go. Birch button. I'm not the real button, but I have heard the walls whisper of a hidden room somewhere. Okay, so the real button is in a hidden room. Good to know. Let's go to the nether room. First, we're going to go up here and over here. So if you go up here, there's a button here, which if you hit it, you'll get fire resistance for 40 seconds. And then you can climb this. As quickly as you can. You get around here, and oh, there's a button. Crimson button. Nope. I'm not the real button, but I can say that the real button is hidden behind some fake blocks. So, your hint here is something very, very... it's in the birch button's clue. I'm not the real button, but I've heard the walls whisper of a hidden room somewhere. Keyword here. Walls. The walls whisper of a hidden room somewhere. See if you can do anything with that. Alright, so you haven't been able to find it still. Let me go ahead and show you what the walls have to say about this hidden room with some fake blocks. So strategy you might have is just to follow the walls around. But if you come over here, something looks slightly off about this. But if you don't see it, that's fine. In fact, there's some fake blocks right here, and behind those fake blocks is in fact the button. And that's where you go. A hidden room in the wall, stone button. Alright, so that's pretty much it for as hinting as I can give it to you. We have one more thing to do, and this is just showing you that it's possible. And this is by far the biggest section. So, biggest isn't like it took the most amount of work. So we're going to do this, and it's going to be great. Alright, so your final thing is, or whatever order you chose it, hard combat. So you're presented with this lovely room here, where you have 8 different things. And these are classes, because your final level in the combat is a boss battle, which took over 12 hours to make, probably. I think, to like really make good and all that good stuff. So what I'm going to be doing here is showing you that each and every class is in fact possible, except maybe the wretch behind it. I'm going to go ahead and introduce you to each of the classes. So first of all, you have the wall. You have full iron armor, a stone axe, a shield, bread as your food, a potion of the Turtle Master, and you have constantly resistance 2 and slowness 1. This is designed for taking hits. The Ash Runner. You have full leather armor, a bow and stone sword, a potion of swiftness 5, 3 ender pearls, and chicken for food. You have constant speed 2 and jump boost 1. Pretty good. Oh my goodness, I'm burping. This is the ranged class. We have Vanguard, iron helmet and chainmail for the rest, an iron sword, pork chops for food, potion of regeneration, potion of instant health 1, and constant strength 1. This is your like standard warrior fighting class type. Now the Brewer, this is one of the fun ones. You have a leather tunic, that's it, a wooden sword, that's it. You have varying replenishing potions, salmon for your food, and constant regeneration 1. Varying replenishing potions means that after a constant period of time, you will be given a random potion out of, I think there are 18 different choices. So this happens, there's another class which follows kind of the same thing except it's a little different. But every 10 seconds you will get a random potion out of 18 different choices. I'll get more into this when I actually play the Brewer class. Next up is the Flamewalker, which is iron boots and gold for the rest, a stone sword, potion of strength, stake, 3 spark bombs, which are a special kind of custom potion, and constant fire resistance. So that's pretty good for that. I actually might say this is maybe the worst class, but that's beside the point. Okay, the Harbinger. No armor, a netherite scythe, you have some suspicious stew, a shield, golden carrots, and no effects. This can be considered the meme class, but it does have a special secret Easter egg type thing if you choose to play it. And finally, because I'll get the rest. Beastmaster is the one like the Brewer. Chainmail helmet and leather for the rest. You have a stone sword, replenishing wolves, rabbit, a shield, and constant speed 1. Replenishing wolves means every 10 seconds you will summon a wolf in front of you to fight for you. And there are 15 or 16 different types of wolves that you can summon to fight for you, which is pretty fun. And finally, this is Wretch. You have no armor, no weapons, no items, and no effects. Why would you choose this? I have never beat this fight with Wretch because I've never tried. So I'm going to play through each of these classes except for Wretch to show you that each of them are in fact possible and walk you through strategies on maybe using them. We'll just go from left to right. So we'll start with Wall and then with the Beastmaster. Yeah, I might change a few things like save Brewer or Harbinger just for the fun of it, but we'll start with the Wall first. So as you can see, each time you press them, now again, this is designed not to clear me, so it has a bit of different effect if you're a normal player. What we'll do is it will clear you, and clear your effects when you press the button and give you all of your new stuff. So I just need to do that manually because the buttons don't do that for me, but we'll start with I forgot I had absorption to that. Well, you have absorption too as the Wall, so that's fun. Potion Turtle Master, slowness 6, resistance 4 for 20 seconds. Pretty good. And bread, axe, and you have absorption 4 constantly, which gives you almost another heart. But yeah, so we're just gonna do this. When you're ready, you open this and just walk through. So let's do this. There is a hole in the wall. I can fix that. Oh gosh, okay. So he has Donkey Pigstein is your boss, and he has a moveset of 4 different moves, which have varying power depending on what phase you're in. See, now he is in phase 2. Beautiful. So he has a fireball attack, which shoots fireballs out in every direction. There it was. And he also has a summoning attack, which in his first phase summons pig jockeys, which are those pigwings riding the pigs. And in his second phase, they're hog jockeys. Summons piglins riding hogs. There they are. Now, I play a very cautious game, so I do a lot of running away, which is how I like to play it. It works. Now, there's a fireball. Donkey's greatest weaknesses are fall damage and himself. He can hurt himself a lot now. So something I like to do is avoid actually taking out these minions because it's really hard to while you're facing them. But yeah, that thing that he was doing when he was in a firewall is one of his other attacks. One attack he has sometimes is a flame burst type thing, where he sends fire particles out from him in a circle. In this first phase, it's very small. In the second phase, you'll see a red particle, red area of effect cloud appear on the ground. Now trigger. He's doing it, so you want to get away from him, like that. See, he just hit me with it. That hurt. So you want to get away from him when he uses that, because it's a magic attack and it will pierce your armor. Oh gosh. And the other one is the fireball thing I was talking about. That right there. That is his lava shell. He's almost completely invincible during that attack. He also summons the slow Magnacube Piglin jockeys, which really can't come after you or anything, which is weird, but they basically serve as what's the term? Hazards. They're basically just hazards. Oh gosh. Because they can still pack a punch if you run into one by accident. Get around them. Crap, I released it. The babies are awful when they're free from the magma cube, which you really don't want to kill the magma cube alone. I'm almost here, so I should probably just turn and try and slap him, but not have done this. This was a mistake. Or was it? No! It still counted, so it's great. And I got his ass. So when you actually complete it, yes, you'll get complete his pass. Floor 2 complete Ascension has been unlocked, which is your final thing for the map, which is a new staircase which leads you up to those particles. For the sake of showing you all the classes and such, I'm going to go ahead and redo that. That was the wall. Pretty not bad. So yeah, the wall can clearly take hits, which if you're like, oh, he wasn't doing that much damage. He does a crap ton of damage. So Donkey's base mob is a Piglin Brute, which are already very strong. I did not change any stat blocks or anything with him except for his speed, and that means I made him slower than Piglin Brutes generally are. So the damage you're receiving is the actual damage you take from them. So it's kind of just, if you're complaining about that, don't come to me about it. Next, we'll go ahead and do the Ash Runner, though. This is the one ranged class, and I need to be in adventure mode. This one has been nerfed significantly because it was really overpowered before. But yeah, we'll just go ahead and try and do this. So I don't know how I duplicate it. So another thing is when you die, you actually do, I don't know, some items do get deleted, but some items actually do stay that you can pick up in your next runs, which is partially not, but also partially a purposeful design. This is because this gives you an option of what to do when this gives you like something that like you got something for actually doing this before or whatever. I don't know how to explain. But that is the one way to actually win as the Wretch, I think. That being just that, because hoglins and pigs drop pork when they die. Oh my gosh, that's so much. they drop pork. And since food is actually the biggest issue you have with being the wretch, and you don't have saturation or anything, the only way to get food is by picking it up after you lose. Or so. Okay, so when he's in his lava shell, he almost can't be damaged, but he also can't really move. So that's what you have to kind of look for. That's like prime time, attack his minion time. Oh gosh. I was getting greedy. I didn't mean to use that. Ooh. Where'd he go? Okay, he's lava showing it up. I don't want to use my arrows on the minions. Because melee is what makes this so incredibly difficult. Don't want to engage a melee because if you take one hit from him, it's gonna hurt a lot. As you can see, because I got hit by him once in this, and it's not. Okay, that was unfortunate. That was on me. If you're too close to the actual entrance, your arrows do get killed, which is a little obnoxious, but that's my fault. Okay. Now, the nice thing are the big ones generally are weaker than they actually are. They have less health and such. So that's the one bonus here. Why is there another axe? What the heck? Oh wait, the axes can't get burned in fire. Now you can damage him while he's in that transition to his second phase, though it's very important to know that if you are too close to him during that, you will most likely die because it explodes and does a lot of damage. And when ender pearling, don't throw too much at the ceiling or towards corners, because apparently you can glitch through the walls. Now, Donkey is not immune to his own attacks, or his minions, which is great. And when I say this, I mean his fireball attacks. His fireballs can severely damage his own minions, and he can hurt himself quite a bit. I think I already said this, but his biggest weaknesses are fall damage and himself. And this is because he can blow himself up into the air and then take a lot of fall damage. And potions. Like that. Okay. Where'd he go? Oh! It was crazy. Oh man, I'm going ham with it. No pun intended. Oh my gosh. No! So let's go ahead and actually win this time, and we'll move on to the next class, which is the Vanguard. Crap, I'm dead. I'm so dead. I can't use ender pearls like that. Okay, that's fine. His range is impeccable. How did he hit me from there? happened? I don't know. I don't. Okay, he could kill himself, but I don't really want him to. He killed himself. Gosh, dang it. Why would you do that? Okay, so I'm gonna stop the sound. There is an issue where he can kill himself, or in the case if you're the Beastmaster, a wolf kills him, or a piglin kills him, something like that. There's this corner of Bloodless Victors. If you walk into it, you need to walk out a bit, otherwise it gets really loud and annoying. But that's how you beat him, if you can't kill him, and it glitches out like that. Alright, so next is the Vanguard. Standard warrior fighting, yeah, let's do it. I mean, let's just get right into it. I've used up so much time on the Dane. For some reason, same range as always, and I couldn't hit him. I feel so slow now, though. Get rid of this crap. Run, run, run. Oh! It's not great. Message received. Gosh, dang it. I hate everything. Why did I make this guy? Yet. Oh my gosh. The red boots, baby. Oh. Alright, so there's the Vanguard for you. That one's significantly faster than Ashrunner did. 19, wow, really? It's crazy. Alright, we're gonna skip the Brewer for now, and we're just gonna do the Flamewalker. So the Flamewalker, I mean, if you press the button, you'll find all these things and stuff, but the fire resistance, these are spark bombs, which are pretty fun. I'll show you those in a bit. And your sword has fire aspect. Now, it's important to know if you hadn't already figured this out. Donkey is immune to fire, so yeah, but the minions are not, which is really nice. So it says these do weakness. They don't actually apply weakness at all. They do instant harming, though. They do a lot of damage. Got the strength, stake. So this is what Spark Bomb is. It's just a little explosion type thing. And yeah. So if you can keep just off of him, you can take him down quite a bit. Now, the great thing about Spark Bombs or any form of potions is that they hit through the armor. Now, Donkey Pigstein has 150. Oh yeah, fire resistant. He has 150 HP overall, which is not bad. But here, watch this. Wait! That was a terrible throw. It still hit him, but gosh, that was terrible. Okay. Jump scare. Like, this kind of boss fight would be really fun with multiple people, like, you know, support classes or whatnot. But just, I did fix it so if you do have multiple people, one person does not get stuck, which was a big issue before. Either way, though, I mean, this is probably actually one of the safer things to do with multiple people, but you both have to enter at the same time, otherwise it can get quite glitched. Where'd he go? There he is. Oh my gosh. Alright, so Dunkia has, well, Beastmaster and the Brewer are the most fun, so we'll do this last one. We'll do the Harbinger. This is probably going to take the longest, actually. But if I can keep my wits about me, this will be spectacular. So, the Harbinger is the main class, by far. As you can see, you're literally fighting with a hoe. It's not a netherite scythe. Beyond that, there's nothing that special about it. But there is an Easter egg if you can manage to keep going. I think this gives absorption. I could be remembering it correctly, but I think that's what it does. I just wanted to eat, but that was good timing. So if I can kill the pig jockeys in fire, then that is cooked pork chops for me, which is great to have. And also, I don't know where the pigs went. I didn't kill the pigs, so I don't know where they are. This is also the only class that has durability in anything. So that's a cool little fun fact. we go. Alright, we did it. So you may have seen this on my inventory actually earlier, but this is the Doom Tiller. If you bring Donkey down to half health with the Harbinger class, you unlock the Doom Tiller, which is the strongest weapon in this game. It does more damage than a netherite sword does on a critical hit without the critical part. So if you can make it this far, it's pretty dang powerful. It has knockback 2, I think, and sharpness 25. It's an insanely powerful weapon. Actually, I don't know if I've ever used it against him. I still don't have armor, so I'm not immortal. I need to be careful either way, but... buddy. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Dang it. You can count on the Harbinger being the one that gets through the entire song. This is a 7-minute long song. Okay, he's one hit. I can get him, I can get him. There we go. And that's it. The Harbinger is possible. We'll do Beastmaster first. So this is the one that summons wolves. Let's do it. So it's important to keep note that you generally don't want to be looking down unless if you want your wolves to suffocate in the floor. That was spicy, boy. So each wolf, there's like the roll it plays to give you what kind of wolf you're gonna get is like 1 in 15. 3 of those wolves are normal, which is that kind of wolf right there. Man, I'm already at 2nd phase. That's crazy. And then there are the other ones. Toasty Boy has fire resistance. Spicy Boy applies fire. Bouncy Boy has jump boost. That's Beefy Boy, he has strength. That is Sneaky Boy, which is a bit of a meme one, but... And that he has levitation temporarily, but he's also invisible. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. That's the brown one is Slow Boy, who has slowness, but also a ton of knockback. Wimpy Boy has weakness, there's Spicy Boy again. I need to focus more on the fight over telling you about each wolf, but... Great strategy with the Beastmaster is to use the shield, so he can hit you, and then you can hit him, so the wolves actually attack him, because the wolves won't just generically attack him. That's Reckless Boy, who has 1 health, but has strength like 3 or 4 or something like that. And that's fine. The one dying right now is... It seems like cheating. The one dying right now is Sick Boy, who has poison. It's pretty funny. black one is Tough Boy, who has resistance. So your wolves always... Oh my gosh. I actually took out a minion. That's Speedy Boy, who is extremely fast. Sporadic, which is really fun. It's not Speedy Wolf, sorry, it's Zoomy Wolf, but... There we go. Alright, so Marner levels with resistance. We have one more to show you. That's the Brewer, which has a random roll of 1 through 18. All of its potion effects are 10 seconds except for its regeneration and its resistance. Resistance is 5 seconds, regeneration is 3. That's because it has a passive regeneration ability, and regeneration it gets is like regeneration 5, so it's insanely cool. Resistance like resistance 4, 3 or 4, something like that, so really good. It can also make spark bombs, like are in here, as well as one other thing, which is not in here, but is insanely powerful, which makes this arguably one of the best classes. So you can see it's already working there. Let's get to it. So yeah, every potion on a direct hit is 10 seconds. There are also some custom potions, besides like the spark bomb in here. That is an unknown substance. It's purple. There are 2 unknown substances. One is good, one is not so good. The purple one is good for you versus the black one, which is not good. I actually only got a little bit of the purple one, which was just the resistance. I guess I missed on my throw, but... Oh my gosh. So if you're really lucky with the Brewer, you can put this in very, very quickly. Some of the potions are like, why does this exist? But that was the black unknown substance, which probably would rather used against Donkey, but... Ah, dang it, I got stuck. You got it. Oh my gosh, why are you not taking any knockback? Alright, there's a spark bomb, this is fun. Better used against minions because of the fire, but... Let's do instant damage. Donkey is indeed mad. Okay, so this is the really special one. Which if I run... Okay, I missed him. That was not great. Oh yeah, baby. Oh my gosh. Oh crap. Oh crap. Oh crap. Why did he have to spawn them? Wow, okay, so if I can just... Oh yeah, baby, that was good. I think I killed all the minions. So, you kind of saw the aftermath of it. It's a really nice one. It's arguably one of the most powerful things in existence. Kinda got it. Give me something I want to take out the minions with. Hurts all that's good. Very good. Poison for the win! Oh, and I got a bottle of lava. So that is all your classes besides Wretch. I'll show you what this does later, so I'm just gonna clear. There you go. That is showing all the classes are indeed possible. And besides Wretch, you can figure that out on your own. It's kind of like Ultimate Custom Night, Five Nights at Freddy's. Is 50-20 possible? I think somebody's done it at this point, but it's like Scott didn't know. So anyway, let's go ahead and finish up this map. Hey, I am. All right, so let's finish it up. So once you unlock Ascension, you would come up here and then you start ascending. Eventually.
So, you made it. You completed all 24 levels from all 8 sections. But tell me, why? Was it glory? Was it pride? Were you chasing challenge? Or running from something else? They always say victory tastes sweet, but does it? Or does it just taste? Finally, you chose to play this, and the world watched. But when all was said and done, it was actually just you. No cheering crowds, no golden reward, just silence. You've proven your strength, your cunning, your persistence. But I wonder, what did it cost? And what did you gain? Because sometimes the deeper you go, the more you leave behind. Still, you came here. You chose this. And in the end, maybe that's what matters most. Now go, or don't. Stay here if you want. Let the silence keep you company. You've earned that much.
Yay! And that's the map for you. So once you complete that thing, presented with here, you can do some map trivia, which needs to be updated at this point, but the map is completely below where you are right now. It sets you into creative mode, and this gives you a book, which allows you to go in between there if you want. So here's some music credits. Fury, Scott Buckley is the sound that plays for the boss fight. Hyperion is the song that was playing during the end thing. And if you go back behind here, Jackless Moving is the name of the original title song, and Ain't No Way That's a Cheeseburger, which is, yeah, it's him. Then you have created by me and playtesters Tanya Stott, Rogue Huckster, Rogue Snorlax, and Z-Burst. So thank you to all the playtesters for playtesting this. And thank you for watching this. I guess I hope you found this helpful or entertaining or whatnot, if I can even make it. So I hope you enjoyed this map, if you played it, and I might be making another one, but an RPG based off of Donkey Pigsty. So that'd be fun. I actually would like to go ahead and, just for the fun of it, here's the trivia. How much time do you think was spent working on this map according to Minecraft's in-game statistics? It needs to be updated, but when I did this, it was 2.66 days, or roughly 64 hours, and 12 plus of those were Donkey. Can you guess how many command blocks were used? 1,608 with 213 extras. Not counting extras, Donkey's Fight, Trivia helped the most, 268, Section 624 respectively. And this, the extra... Why are my headphones clicking? The extra are command blocks that I put in there aren't necessary for the map to work, but helped me a lot while I was actually making it. But that needs to be updated. And finally, are there any secret levels you can unlock? And yes and no. Our secret levels only a player with the username Jackless Moonfang could play, unless if you find them and break into them. But let's go ahead and fall down to the map. So you actually like 340 blocks or something above the lobby, which is here. And here you can see just about everything that's there. That's the final escape. There's the Donkey Fight. All the droppers, parkour is right there, puzzles. But yeah, that's the trivia, which is a lot of command blocks. But yeah, this is the map. You got that ugly mess over there. And a fun thing that I like to do is I left things that I did just as like little Easter egg or such. Like, I've got absolutely zero clue how this got there, but I left it over at the trivia. You can look at all the different expressions Deathwing could have used. This is the whole lobby setup, which would control all of the levels teleporting and all the particles and all that stuff. This is stairs to the Ascension and Dome. Maze. Opening thing, escape. Yeah, I mean it's pretty straightforward. Another little Easter egg is for some reason there's a button here. I don't know how or why it's there, but it's there. There's this, which was originally going to be the combat levels. It was going to just be in an arena, but I gave up on building that. And there's this, which is going to be when you do the combat, after you die, you go into a purgatory area, where you can actually buy upgrades and such, but I gave up on that idea, and I don't remember what I was doing with this. This is all the class stuff. All of these command blocks back over here are for the donkey fight alone. These 4 are extras. Each of the classes. This section right here is all Brewer. This section is for the Fire Burst. That's for the Harbinger. This is all for the Beastmaster. And this out here is all for the Blabbering. Which, yeah. So the Spark Bomb, fun little things. Just that, if you were like, there's some knockback and lights on fire, does some damage. It's all fun. But this is a real cool thing. And this is the bottom lava core. Big bomb with short fuse, if you ever looked at its thing. And this, it does a lot of damage. And it looks and sounds awesome. Also has a massive radius, so you can get hurt by it just about anywhere. I mean, like, if you are caught in this, you're dead. Unless if you're at the very edge, but if you're caught in it, you're dead. So the actual... I suck at it. But yeah, it looks pretty cool, right? And everything, these are the kind of locks that set it up. Yeah, with its actual ball flow. It does a lot of damage. It's really cool. I mean, if I were to actually show you it on Donkey to see how much damage it could do if he wasn't running around and such. Two notches. I mean, that's a lot of damage. Fall damage is greatest weakness. I honestly just really liked playing around with these bombs after I made them. They're kind of a late addition, but I love them. I mean, see, it doesn't matter what armor he's wearing, it's just overpowered, kind of. But it can instantly kill you too, so you have to be very careful with it. Go bye-bye. But yeah, that's the map, so I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll probably be making an RPG if I really feel like it on Donkey, which would be cool, I think. Yeah, you should play the map for yourself. And let's see what my final death count was. Oh, yeah, it is. 23 deaths. I only had 23 deaths the entire map. So try and beat that. I dare you. I mean, you now know all the answers to the if you get the trivia wrong, you die, so that's a thing. Yeah, 23 deaths. Try and beat it.